everybody, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the all-new anti-1992 high-gain amplifier pedal from Universal Audio. For the last couple of years, Universal Audio has been crushing their pedal game, my favorite being probably the Aux Stomp. And out of the amp in a pedal offerings, there's been some glaring omissions in the high gain arena until now. Right now, we have the new anti-1992 high gain amplifier, which is based on a PV 5150. We're gonna check it out today. And before we go any further, this video is brought to you by the fine folks over at Sweetwater. Sweetwater has all of your needs, whether it's amps in a pedal or actual amplifiers or actual standalone pedals. I will link down below in the description if you'd like to know more information about anything you see in this video. All thoughts and opinions are mine. So the Anti is a fully featured pedal that is basically a complete signal chain in pedal form, right? So this is going to be your high gain chug amplifier, in this case, an approximation, a tribute to a PV 5150. You're gonna have two different boosts that you can select between in the app, which we will get to in just a second. However, you also have a noise gate, you have multiple channels, and you can even use one of the foot switches to turn on and off the boost. Now, in addition to all of those features, you also have 6 different cabinets to choose from. 3 if you're not using the app, 6 if you're using the app, and you can even go direct and just turn the cab off if you want and go into a power amp to drive an actual cabinet, right? So you can have your entire ecosystem of a high gain rig right here in this pedal, if you want to. Now, a cool feature that is across the board on all of the amp in a pedal formats from Universal Audio is the fact that it's stereo in and stereo out, which is very cool. Also, USB connectivity, so you can update the firmware and then connect wirelessly or wired, like an iPad, for example, to use the UA-FX app, which you will see in the walkthrough section of this video. But enough of my yapping. Let's see how this thing sounds in a full mix, shall we? All right, so now that we got the full mix out of the way, we're gonna do a little bit of a walkthrough. I'm going to plug this back in. I'm gonna put it on the desk. I'm also gonna have the iPad running the UA-FX app next to it, and you can kind of see the things going on that you can't get to necessarily here on the front of the pedal. However, I do wanna stress that you do not need the app in order to really use the Anti, all right? Everything you need is right here. If you wanna go a little deeper, you can choose to use the app. So let's plug this thing in. Let's dive in, shall we? All right, so I have the UA Anti here on the desk. I have the mobile device app, the UA-FX app open, just so you can see and kind of see how it interacts with the pedal. And I have a PRS Tremonti hardtail with a Duncan Black Winter in the bridge, and we're just gonna twist some knobs. I'm gonna kind of show you around a little bit. And yeah, got our chugs on, don't you worry. So, currently how I have this set up right now is the on and off switch is gonna turn on and off the boost, the overdrive, and the preset foot switch is going to bounce in between 2 of my sounds that are predetermined. And this is useful because I can really utilize this as a 2-channel amplifier rather than having the pedal actually turn off. I don't know what situation I would want a pedal turn off and just have the regular guitar DI myself, but your mileage may vary. So this is my current sound in the lead channel with the overdrive off. Now I have a tube screamer style overdrive on this channel. Let's go ahead and engage that, see how that sounds. Now, if I wanted to engage the gate, I would go up to the presence control and I would switch into alternate mode. And you'll notice on the app, the threshold is going to move as I'm moving the gate knob, which is pretty cool. It's very, very fast, very immediate response. I could crank this up if I really wanted the staccato, chuggy stuff. Typically, I like this to be just above halfway. Now this is the tube screamer style boost. Let's go ahead and switch over. Now, whatever mode, whatever channel I'm on, whether that's rhythm, crunch, or lead, that's gonna remain when I switch in between the two sounds, okay? So you cannot go from lead to a rhythm, as an example. It's just two different flavors of the channel that you're on, which is totally fine for me. So this is now the TC style boost, which is very aggressive, very tight. Let's go ahead and switch channels. This is the crunch channel. This is no boost. Rhythm channel. Let's mess around with some cabs. Now this last cab is no cab at all. It is the direct sound, so in case I want to go out to a power amp and power an actual cab, I can do that too. That's how a direct amp sounds. For me, one of the vintage 30s, the UK or California, I prefer the CA myself in this particular context. Just sounds right. Now on the UAFX application, keep wanting to say amplifier, we have a couple of different bias modes, which I think is pretty interesting. This is gonna change the feel and the overall character. So currently I have it warm, let's go to cool. Kind of changes the top end a little bit. So what do I think? I think this is my new favorite pedal out of the entire Universal Audio effects line. Real talk. I was not expecting the second overdrive. I knew obviously by the alternate text on the pedal that there was an overdrive, but I was pleasantly surprised when I plugged into the app and saw that there was a TC preamp boost, basically a dirty tree, in this thing. I think that's such a cool, I'm not gonna say Easter egg, but that is such a cool recognition from Universal Audio. And I just think this thing sounds ridiculously good. And I just can't help but think, what an amazing time to be a guitar player right now. For all applicable links and for all things Universal Audio Anti, I will link down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.